So, Arch, what's going on? What's wrong with your performance right now?
Well, first off, we won. We win. Defense played really well. They had our back all night. I got to play better. We got to play better as an offense. We're going to win these games going forward.
Stevie Lee, I don't know. I don't want to speak for a player. Texas did get the win at Kentucky, game-winning field goal. But it was not – they're not winning how people perceive they should win. When you have another player interrupting a media member's question, as in Michael Taft did, what does that show you? What does that tell you? I'm trying not to read too much into this.
I don't know what it tells me. How you doing, man?
Hey, man, good to see you, Stevie Lee.
Good to see you. I don't know what it tells me. It seems like they know that there's a problem, and they're trying to take the team approach.
Yeah.
That we play a team football game. It's not the Texas offense. It's not the Texas defense. It's not the Texas special teams. It's the Texas football team.
Okay.
So we live and die together, So I like that he's trying to take up for his quarterback, but sometimes we're going to have to answer some questions.
It adds to it. The other element is the NIL, the revenue sharing. There's a different element of expectation. But you cannot criticize a guy like Michael Taft. You just can't. That guy lays his body on the line. Hey, by the way, I voted today.
There you go.
First day of early voting, just say no to Prop Q. You don't have to, but I did.
Yeah.
And I'm very open about it. But back to the subject at hand. It is a form of leadership, taking up for your teammate. I love that. But I feel like everybody wants answers. Everybody's like, all right, how you look at this schedule, we're going to unbundle all this in episode 488 here of how this is going down. What direction is this team going as they are 5-2? One win for bowl eligibility, but bowl eligibility is not what people expect. They want a lot more. But our guy, how about this? Mason Shipley with the game-winning field goal. And this was him, he's very humble, but this was him after the Kentucky game addressing that dreamlike scenario for any kicker.
Yeah, obviously, it's awesome to get those opportunities. I mean, I think as a kicker, you always, pray to get those opportunities and whatnot. So it's a really cool feeling, but it's not just like my game-winning field goal, it's also like Lance and Jack, right?
All right, he's talking about the deep snapper and the holder. Again, praising his teammates, giving all types of love to everybody involved. I think that's commendable as well. So that's kind of like the segue into Shipley. He and Stevie Lee are the faces of Hargrove Roofing. He didn't get a chance to say the saying after the Kentucky win, but you can.
Hargrove Roofing knows on your roof.
Hargroves will be very proud, and they are blasting it all over Shipley with the game-winning field goal on all the Hargrove Roofing social media platforms, as they should. And Hargrove Roofing, they do a phenomenal job. On that note, my friend, how about we get this going, as we are now 12 away from 1,000 episodes. You ready?
That's right.
That's right, baby.
And we're just not quite there yet on offense, but it's surely good to know, when you can play defense and play good on special teams, you're always going to have a chance. Now we need to get going offensively, and that's our task, and that's our job to get that done.
Okay, so Sark, after the game, obviously addresses the offensive performance against Kentucky. A win's a win, but I've got to show you this. This is a quote from the late, great Darrell K. Royal. And sometimes and I got to say it like the kids say it, sometimes it be this way. Oh, ugly is better than nothing at all.
Yeah.
True. You were in a game like that at Kansas State. It wasn't pretty.
Wasn't pretty. I was also in that situation with one of my high school girlfriends.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, ugly. Oh, reliable. You know, back in the days, the young days, you had old reliable.
Oh, ugly is better than nothing at all.
If you could see what I see in my thumbnail with Mike Adams, he's got that smile on his face. So I pose the question, is this UT's offensive identity? Is what we're seeing?
Man, it can't be. That's a wild question, Sean. I hope it's not their identity, but if you keep putting that up, then I guess that will be your identity. I think there are some things that we got to fix. I mean, when it really comes down to it, we haven't had a long drive and a touchdown since what? Well, I guess the OU game we had a long drive and they capped off with a touchdown, but that was it. We only had one.
Yeah.
So the only offensive touchdown we scored this week was a run back by Niblett for a 6-yard offensive stretch for the touchdown. So I don't think this is their identity, man. I still have hope that they figure something out. Keep rolling Arch out and getting them out of the pocket because the offensive line is just breaking down.
Yeah.
Breaking down too fast for them. So the short answer is no. It's not their identity.
They're maturing, they're growing, but the root of the problem is the growth of the O-line as a unit. That's what I'm going with. And be sure to follow us on each of our social media platforms. And thank you for the continued growth on TikTok and YouTube. IG has been a lot of fun, and you can subscribe for free to our YouTube page. And just remember, on those game days or game day eves, whenever you need a certain beverage, this is where you need to go. Yeah, Northwest Hills Liquor, where you're a guest, not a customer. He has expressed interest that he must meet Stevie Lee and Mike Adams soon, and he will keep you hydrated in whatever choice of beverage that might be, or cigars, as Stevie.
I already put my order in. He was at the Boulevard. I put my order in.
Did you? Okay. Yeah. Hey, and Northwest Hills Liquors, they also deliver. They may be a little guy, but they do big guy things. Let's bring in our guy, M.A. We will always love hearing his perspective on things as I get tongue-tied for no apparent reason whatsoever. Mike Adams, how you doing? Happy Monday to you, brother.
What's up, fellas? Everybody doing
Playmaker, what's happening?
Big dog, Stevie Lee.
I cannot wait to hear the great wide receiver talk about this offense and what's your perspective of what's going on, man. So we'll get into it. Go for it, Sean.
Well, M.A., before we get going, I do want to show you one clip of video. What Arch faced against Kentucky. I just clipped 2 plays. One of them was you can predict it, and the other one is just completely out of his control.
Into Kentucky territory. Manning across the middle. Incomplete. Man, he has. The party started, and then there's some pressure from the second level. And this goes back to what's been plaguing the Texas Longhorns. Arch Manning cannot do it all by himself.
So misses his tight end, and then as he has the entire year, constant pressure. I mean, for you knew, I think you go back to when Georgia on their national title run, I think 2 years ago.
Mhm.
I mean, Kentucky's played well against top-notch competition, and they're also coached by Mike Stoops. But going into this, we knew or thought that Texas was going to probably reach the 25, 24-plus points against that defense, which was statistically not good. What's your take on all this?
Man, it's good to be with y'all again. Thought it'd be a tough game. I mean, I really thought that we would, continue the momentum from OU, and Arch would continue taking a step in the right direction. But I think you mentioned it. I mean, not only did he have some missed throws, the offensive line is not helping him out any. Our identity on offense.
Yes.
I'm just not sure if we have one. Like, I don't know if we're a running team, a passing team, if we're an up-tempo team, if we're a 12 personnel team. I mean, we just don't have an identity. And I think last week, against OU, I mean, that's a game of emotion. We all talked about that. That's a big rivalry game. I mean, you kind of do what it takes to win. And sometimes in a game like that, an identity can be formed. And we thought maybe going into this week, okay, Arch made some big-time throws in that game. We saw him sprinting out a little bit. We thought we would see that a little bit here in this game. And he sprinted out some and couldn't make connections on his throws. I mean, a lot of throws he flat out just missed. And that just goes back to mechanics and things of that nature. And I just wonder what we're doing on a week-to-week, day-to-day basis in terms of everyday drills. I mean, if it's translating to the game, because we get in the game and it just looks like we don't know how to play catch. Looks like we don't know how to play, five. I mean, we're just kind of all over the place. And Kentucky was a tough team. I mean, they're bottom of the barrel when it comes to SEC competition, but still a tough team in their place. Night game, they were going to be fired up. And man, like Coach Royal said, we got the victory. It was ugly, but that cannot be sustained with these next 5 games we got coming up. Tough competition. We're going to have to score points to win those games. And I'm just not sure how we're going to do that going forward.
I think I can speak for all of us. I'm thinking the same thing. This defense is beyond elite.
Right.
I've got a graphic that highlights everything that both of you have mentioned. But I got to go back to this defensive posture that the Longhorns are taking when there is any criticism of the UT offense. And Michael Taft sat up on the podium. I'm not criticizing him. You guys probably saw this because now he called out the media because of the questions. And this was after the Kentucky game.
And these questions seem a little bit negative, I'm not going to lie, guys, to the offense. And I'll say this. It's freaking hard to win in the SEC. Go ask Georgia when they won the national championship what they did against Kentucky last year when, they won the SEC championship. What they do against Kentucky last year. It's hard to win the SEC. So we freaking won. Let's put some smiles on our face.
Stevie, your thoughts on that? I mean, again, it's similar to what you saw at the top of the show. And this is not a criticism of Taft at all. But what for you guys as players, I've never been in that situation as a player after a game or during the week. What is behind this? Is it that they're getting tired of it? I mean, for me, I've been in the media. It's not going to go away until it's resolved because that's the voice of the fans.
I don't know, man. I don't remember a time to where we had to spin in the media because that's exactly what they're doing. They're just spinning because I guess what they're telling us is not to believe your lying eyes because we saw it, we saw that there's a problem with our offense. And it sounds like and looks like they told them to go out there and be behind your offense. And we're gonna ride all the way together as a team. And so I don't think that the media was being negative. I think that we just want answers. And it's wild to me. I just said we talking about the media. I'm not the media.
None of us are.
Right. But
you are the media, sir.
Yeah, I guess so.
You are the media.
But I don't think it's crazy to ask. What do you feel like the offense is doing? What do you feel like that you need from the offense? Because we're gonna need more from this offense. We're gonna need more from Arch. We're gonna need more from these receivers. We need more from the running backs. Obviously, we need more from the offensive line. So asking those questions is not out of the realm. I mean, it's not crazy to ask those questions, but the spin job that they're doing right now is hard to win in the SEC. True. But we also see we could have won a whole lot better if we'd have made a couple more plays, if we would have called a different play, or if we would have stayed on a block a little bit longer, things like that. We could have actually won the game easily and not going into overtime.
Mike, I'm going to show you this one. So Colin Simmons, he's respected across the country. This is him trying to correct the media. And listen, this guy is well-spoken, very intelligent. He and Anthony Hill are obviously the voices of the defense, but Colin Simmons, I like this, but it goes along this continued narrative that Stevie just talked about.
Sark is saying the identity of y'all's team is defense and special teams.
And offense.
Sark didn't say that. So when he says defense, what does that mean to you when he says that's the identity of this team?
I think he meant to say defense, special teams, and offense. We're a team. We're a whole team. So, I mean, it ain't just defense and special teams. It's defense, special teams, and offense. We got the offense back. We got offense back. Offense got our back. Special teams got both our backs.
M.A.?
I mean, honestly, man, I don't have a problem with
Nope.
Colin's take or Taft's take. Matter of fact, that's what they should be doing. I mean, they should be pushing back. And only part that I don't like about it is them trying to put the spin on it, like you guys were saying. Don't even make any excuses about what Georgia had to do 2 years ago or what this team had to do. Screw that. We're winning games. We're winning them ugly. Our defense is the identity of the team as it is right now. So be it. That was the case with the 2000 Ravens, and they won a Super Bowl. So I wouldn't even care what the media is saying. Man, we're going to circle the wagons. We're a team, because that's what they've been coached to say. Not coached to say, but that's what they've been taught in that locker room. We stick together. We ride or die as a team. You know, some weeks it may be the offense, maybe the defense, maybe the special teams. It's a three-pronged game when it comes to winning football games. And it's offense, defense, special teams. We saw it at play definitely last week against OU.
100%.
This past week, and really most of the year, we've seen our defense be at the forefront of the team, so to speak. So, man, if that's how we're getting it done, we're getting it done. I as a player, because I'm a loyal guy, man. I'm gonna ride for my teammates, and you know, all the outside noise. That's exactly what it is, outside noise. But man, if those guys don't have a unified message, that's when you'll see the team start to break down. So I can definitely appreciate that from Taft, Simmons. That's how they should go about the business. And man, it's just time to, you know, as Chris Berman would say, circle the wagons, tune out everybody on the outside, man, and let's go with this thing full head of steam. We'll get it corrected, because you know what's going to happen if it gets corrected and we win these next 5 games and enter the playoffs. Oh, yeah. Everybody's going to be patting you on the back and all that kind of stuff. And, hey, man, when the ups are up, you always stay even keel. When things are down, you stay even keel. You stay even keel all the time. So it's a lesson within the lesson for the guys.
Correct. That's a good
point. Let me add this a little bit, man. I have been a part of teams that the defense is doing really, really well, and we got to hold the offense accountable. You're exactly right for doing – these players are doing what they're doing with the media and saying that we are a team. In front of the cameras, that's what we're going to say. Behind the cameras, I'm saying that you need to get your stuff together, offense, because I'm tired.
I can assure you that message is out there. I mean, those guys definitely know that. It's not all, hey, we're going to sweep this under the rug and defense is getting it done. We're going to ride with the defense. No, everybody can look and see, hey, man, you're the preseason Heisman favorite. You were the potential number 1 pick. What's really going on? I mean, Sark is probably asking himself those same questions, and you just can't help but go back to think about last year's team and Quinn Ewers and all the the messaging around why he should have been benched and Art should have been starting. And again, man, I'm just going to lean on Sark's expertise as to him knowing, Quinn is our guy. We know he's our guy. Arch may not have been quite ready to assume the role that we want to put him in. And we're clearly seeing that this year with him being in the role. I mean, look, man, he's a redshirt sophomore. He's been in the system 3 years. Yes, true enough. This guy's first time really starting, dude. Brand new O-line. It's going to take him some time. He may come out there next year and light it up. But this year, any smart football person should have known just a tad bit that he's probably going to struggle this year. Unproven receiver group, to be honest. Only thing that we can really say we can rely on is our run game. But, man, if we got 3 or 4 new linemen, can we really rely on the run game? Because of the new linemen that we have. So it was just a perfect storm for the offense this year to struggle. A lot of inexperience in a lot of key areas.
And that's you guys nailed it. And it just, Mike, you just said something that triggered me, that to remind myself and everybody, and listen, we're not here to defend. We're just calling it like it is, because these players, these coaches, no one in the program and no one in the fan base said, hey, this is all the preseason hype. That's what this is. That you mentioned, the Heisman favorite, the preseason number 1. Anybody who has seen ball and has followed this never said that Texas isn't talented. But do you have what they've had in place as far as veteran experience, especially on O-line and receiving core and running back, as when you compare it to this team? No, it's all those pieces are missing. It's just defensively they've been able to plug in. That's what this is about.
And actually, as you're explaining, your reasoning, it just makes me think about, and you guys probably thought about it too, because I do believe we have the talent. I mean, it gets back to 1 or 2 questions. Do we really have the talent?
Ooh.
And if we do have the talent, are these guys truly being developed?
That's a great question.
To me, it really boils down to that. Because they're 4 stars, 5 stars. They may have been sitting on the bench for a couple of years, and you would think it's plug and play. I mean, we see other teams do it. We see other high-level Ohio State does it every year. Lost their quarterback, plugged in a new one, rolling. Same thing, receivers, offense, Georgia, same deal. Why aren't we doing that? So it just begs the question, is it a coaching thing or is it a talent thing? Remains to be seen.
Stevie, what Mike just said made me think about this. I've often think, Mike, you know this, you coached in high school ball. When the portal was added, it hurt high school recruiting, meaning the numbers of individuals being taken. Let's say that you're at Texas. Well, this guy you're looking at, who is going to be your 2nd or 3rd offensive lineman, you're going to offer it, now becomes 4th or 5th, because you've got XYZ in the portal that you can get.
Right.
Does that hinder the development of certain position groups?
I think it does. I mean, for me, and you talk about the portal, and if I'm at one of these universities, I'm asking myself, okay, if I didn't recruit this guy in high school, why is he appealing to me all of a sudden a couple years down the road? I mean, maybe he's developed a little bit, but I'm taking a risk on him just like I am a high school kid.
Yeah.
And for me, and I kind of feel Dabo on this. Dabo's like, man, I don't know if I really want the portal. I don't want to open up that Pandora's box, so to speak. I mean, and his team is struggling a little bit, and I don't think we can pin it all on, well, he's just not up with the times and not, doing what everyone else is doing. I mean, certainly he can do that now, and especially getting $20.5 million, with the settlement and all those kinds of things. But it all goes back to development, man. When you get a guy, a second-year guy from another program or another guy from high school, those guys have to be developed coming into your program. They don't know your plays. They don't know your system. And really, it's all a crapshoot at the end of the day. I mean, especially when you talk about the quarterback position. I mean, we rankings, I think the media has done a disservice to a lot of these young quarterbacks, man, the Elite 11 and different things like that, pumping these guys up without ever having seen them play. Not even using enough intelligence to say, okay, maybe this kid played at a 3A in Vermont versus the kid that played in 3A in Texas. Who's going to be the better football player? Because I promise you, I'm going with Texas 100% of the time, every day of the week, over the kid from Vermont. That's not to say the kid in Vermont isn't good, but we know the caliber of football here in Texas versus North Dakota or versus the state of Washington,
Right.
or versus sometimes, private schools in Louisiana. I mean, we know it's different here in Texas. And we know Louisiana got some dogs, man. But even in Texas, private school here and public school, two totally different ball games.
Night and day.
Two totally different ball games.
It as of today, it is. Yeah.
And I'm sitting back letting you cook, MA. I love it.
It was cooking.
Yeah. So, but I see what you're getting at with the private school in Louisiana. The only thing in Louisiana is the private school plays the public schools.
And they got some dogs here. I know St. Augustine and some of those. Some of those. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me twisted. No, some of those teams down there, it's some legit. We got some Hall of Famers coming out of there. So it's very few and far in between. When it comes to that, I mean, there's certain states like California, for instance, Louisiana, private school ball just as good as public school ball anywhere around the country. Georgia, Alabama,
in Louisiana, private school ball is better.
Yeah.
I'm a product of private school ball.
Of course, it's better. That's Stevie Lee represents in the morning.
Yeah, no question. And then also Major Applewhite.
Yep. Major.
And then obviously me, Phillip, and Cole.
I think Derek Lewis, I played with, my teammate went to St. Augustine.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some dogs that we've gotten from Louisiana for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I just think, man, and images continue to pop up, and I'm sure I think Art is going to be a good player. I think he's a good player now. Was he the number one quarterback coming out of high school? It's all up for debate. I mean, yes, there are questions as to why he doesn't look good right now in terms of throwing mechanics and footwork and things of that nature. It's puzzling. It is. It's puzzling because he has two uncles that are Hall of Famers. He's got a famous grandfather. He's here at the University of Texas. Sark is coach. AJ Milwee is offensive coordinator, quarterback coach, I should say. And it's puzzling as to why he doesn't look the way we think he should look.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody about that though, man. I got an uncle that was in the military and was like a sniper and stuff like that, but I can't shoot. So, actually, I can shoot, but it's it's Hall of Fame adjacent, but we put it on Arch too early. I think.
Right. I think so, and I think it's unfair. I mean, I honestly think he's good. I see the tools. I see the the potential's there, and I think he's going to get there one day. I think he will end up being a first round pick, all that kind of stuff. Some guys develop earlier than other guys do, and I think because of his name, people just expect, oh man, he should be better than Peyton. He should be better than Eli right now. Man, Peyton struggled his first year. Eli struggled. I mean, it wasn't until Eli played all 5 years in college. What I'm saying? And I think Peyton even went forward. I mean, let these guys develop. And some of it hits home for me because man, I got a son that plays quarterback, and I just think we need to, hopefully next year to be his first year starting. He'll be a redshirt sophomore, and he's gonna struggle. I mean, he's first time practice is totally different than the game. The game is much faster. Things are coming at you. Man, it's going to take you probably a whole year, definitely a half a season to just even get used to the speed of the game and the different defenses that are coming at you. One thing I can appreciate, though, Deuce playing with Jeff Brom and being somewhat of a quarterback whisperer. I mean, the guy knows offense. He knows schemes. He's seen a lot of defenses. And he's developed a lot of quarterbacks. And I think Deuce just made a great decision coming out of high school. And a lot of guys coming out of high school, man, they really need to start looking at who's going to be developing you coming out of high school while you're in college. That matters more than anything this day and age now. You better find the right guy to develop you.
That's a really good point. So as we put this behind, it just drives it home. And to your point, both of you, about Arch, it's not his fault that he's getting to take over the reins with basically a new offensive line. Offensive line is probably the toughest position group to develop. And so when you look at what happened in Lexington, Kentucky, Wildcats had 18 more first downs. Texas had less than 200 yards of offense. They averaged less than 2 yards per carry. Kentucky had double the time of possession, so the defense was on the field longer. And if you look at these final 5 games, 3 games against top 10 programs, Vandy, Georgia, and Texas A&M. But Mississippi State's next, at Mississippi State, which was defeated by Florida. And Florida wins, but they fire their head coach, Billy Napier. Mississippi State has all the cowbells and I call it Start Vegas, so does other people.
Yep.
But I think we just trashed that game, what happened, and because you never know what Texas offense is going to show up. You just don't. But as they go to Starkville, we really don't know what to expect. But we do know the Florida Gators, who beat Texas, now has an interim coach. Is this of any surprise to you guys? Because we're starting a trend now of in-season coaches being fired, beginning with Franklin and Penn State.
Yeah, I think for me, when I kind of look like why are they firing head coaches so quickly right now? Partly because we're giving you all the money that you're asking for NIL, and you're still coming out here putting up bad numbers and losing games. So we got to make a change. We gave you everything you wanted, so we need to make a change right now. It's hard to come off of a win and then go in the office and say I'm fired. You know, that was surprising to me. But you know, it's a lot of coaches that's been fired, and then when you look around, like who's going to fill those positions?
Right.
Like, who's the next up that's going to fill those positions? And then, you know, I think Franklin's going to go and get a job, another big job actually. And I think, you know, it's all going to shake out. They're going to be fine. But when you fire someone at a high level like that, you got to be thinking of who you can go out there and get next.
Yep.
And have to be already talking to them. But it's going to be some really high negotiations in this offseason of years and amount and all that stuff for these coaches now, man. I'm real interested to see what's going to happen this offseason and where everybody shake out.
Hey, Mike, before you comment, listen, this is the list of programs who have parted ways with their coaches during this season already. Arkansas, Florida, Oklahoma State, Oregon State, Penn State, Virginia Tech, UAB. Dilfer had no business being there. And UCLA, which, funny enough, UCLA is winning now. And lastly, Colorado State fired Jay Norvell, stories inside the man cave via the alumni. I mean, that's a lot.
It's a lot.
And a lot of buyouts. I get it, the investment, but there's a lot more to it than saying, hey, well, we paid for this roster.
Right.
I don't know.
And you know, you're going to see it happen more and more as we get into this, you know, profit sharing, you know, schools getting money, you know, each and every year to kind of fund their programs, and donors giving more money to fund the programs, you know, pairs being played, things like that. It's essentially the NFL. And you'll see the NFL, you know, fire coaches in the middle of the year, and they're really starting to prepare for the next year. But the one difference you have is, you know, recruiting. Because, man, coaches are getting fired right now, and they have to be strategic when they're doing it, because right now, we're still a couple months away from signing day. So if Penn State gets the right guy in there, if Florida gets the right guy in there, they could potentially save those recruiting classes. So that's one reason why you'll see and these guys getting fired, and you're probably going to start seeing it earlier to save potential recruiting classes. We saw when Franklin was fired, man, 5 or 6, 7 4-star recruits, 5-star recruits decommitted. And they're just kind of hanging in the balance right now and waiting to see who's going to fill that gap. And, they have the same thing in Florida. And yeah, I can guarantee you if Lane Kiffin does end up in Florida, man, he's going to have a lot of recruits at his disposal. Guys that were committed to Ole Miss, guys that are currently committed to Florida, they're probably going to stay now. And he might be able to take some from Penn State if that coaching position hasn't been filled. So there's a lot of different layers, man, to these coaches being fired right now. Obviously, buyouts pay into it. And another thing I was really thinking about is, if I'm Lane Kiffin, and I've seen this question kind of thrown around today, should he leave Ole Miss to go to Florida? And Ole Miss is probably in a better position than Florida is here these last 3, 4, 5 years. If I'm Lane Kiffin, because I know I could probably get a new deal at Ole Miss, and it would probably be a very substantial deal. My Florida deal is going to be extra substantial. I'm talking like 10 years, 110, 120, 130 million. I need security. I need to be able to build my program, grow my program. I may have an off 2, 3, 4 years initially, but I want time to build this thing. And if you are thinking about getting rid of me, it's going to cost you. Simple as that. So these coaches and their agents, man, I guarantee you they're thinking on that realm. Because why would I go to Florida and you'll give me a 4-year deal, 5-year deal? I don't know, 60, 70 million. I can get that at Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Not enough security for me. No, I can get a deal. I can be like Signetti and stay in Indiana, $90 million deal, give me some extra years. And man, I know I'm going to be there. I don't even have to worry about it. So Lane's probably thinking about that.
So Jimbo Fisher's contract, we all laugh about it, but I think that's going to become a norm now at some of these Power 4 programs. And Stevie, this will hit at home to you. Hey, LSU, another program that had a lot of hype going into the season. And our guy, Brian Jones, and the CBS team, they're talking about Kelly's. Is his seat hot?
How much trouble is Brian Kelly in?
A lot.
A lot?
A ton. Why did he go there? He said he wanted to go to a place where he could win championships. Well, his previous employer, they played for a championship a season ago, and he's not even sniffing one.
We are in a want-it-now world. College football is no exception to that. And the powers that be that support the university there, the signature university in the state of Louisiana, they're going to want it now.
There may not be a school in the country that the standard is higher than LSU. The last 3 head coaches won national championships. Brian Kelly purportedly was better than the last 2, right? Ed Ogeron and Les Miles. If you had told me that Brian Kelly was going to do worse than those 2 when he went down to the Bayou, I would have bet you every dollar I had in my pocket. The question becomes, is LSU playing to its potential right now? To me, that answer looks like no.
Hi, Stevie. I mean, both of you are well aware of what goes on in Baton Rouge. But, Stevie, are you feeling that, Brian Kelly? You think he could be axed or applied a ton of pressure? Because they're not going the direction that they were projected to.
I think you – golly, how do I put this? You can say that he's on the hot seat, but I don't think so. They do need to win, and they do have pressure to win, but hot seat, no. Remember, Ed Ogeron had other things going on.
He had a lot of things.
He had a lot of other things going on. So we can't compare the two of a clean-nosed Brian Kelly and a socialite like Ed Ogeron. You can't compare the two. So I think that he's okay. He does need to win because the university is putting a lot on him. They're giving him all the money that he needs to go build a roster. So he needs to perform with that roster. So there is some pressure, but I don't think it is as much as the other schools that we're talking about.
Man, I'm going to have
Vandy,
to.
and I'm sorry, and Vandy is not a slouch.
No, they're not. They're not. No. I'm about to respectfully disagree. That's LSU, man. That's one of the blue bloods of college football. And I heard something today, and it kind of struck me. They said they won a championship like every 4 years.
Yeah.
And this is Brian Kelly's like 4th year. And if he doesn't get it together real quick and make the playoffs, he's going to be the first coach in the last few coaches that hasn't won a title. And the program doesn't look like it's going in the right direction. They got all the talent, man. They got money. I mean, LSU is like Texas. I mean, it's one of those schools, man. You got to win. And abundance of resources when it comes to doing for the program, talent level. Brian Kelly's already kind of questionable as to, is he the right fit for the program?
That's my question.
Man, he's got A&M coming up. I believe who else? Alabama.
Oklahoma.
He's got some games, man. Oklahoma. He's got some games. If they don't win those games and they don't look good, at least losing, I think Brian Kelly might be next.
Woo! Hot takes, but I like it. And he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Nussmeier, it's not on him. But I'll tell you what, when you go into Nashville and you lose to Vanderbilt, I almost said Vandergrift because you're wearing the shirt that you used to
Yeah.
Hey, this Austin connection is legit. And the whole Vanderbilt team is this good. This guy is becoming a big-time fixture for Vanderbilt, the Commodore.
Alexander straight ahead is in. 4th down, touchdown, Cedric Alexander.
Imagine having that O-line at Texas.
Yeah. Imagine having Cedric Alexander at Texas. why is he at LSU or Vanderbilt?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of things to ponder right there. We're seeing guys, right from the ATX, they're playing at other places, and you're looking at some of the guys we have here on the yard, and it's like, man, wow, something was missed somewhere. But big ups to Cedric Alexander, man, representing LBJ and Austin. And I mean, Vanderbilt was favored to beat LSU.
Yep.
Just think about that. Not only were they favored, they actually went out and did it. To me, that tells me LSU, your program has fallen. Yeah. That needs to be fixed, corrected. Come on, man. That's LSU. That's LSU, man.
Yeah. That's
not Oklahoma you lost to or Florida or Georgia. You lost to Vanderbilt. And I say that respectfully. I mean, Vanderbilt's been good the last 2 years, but still, same thing like losing to Indiana now. And they've been hot for the last 2 years, but come on, man. These schools are doing it. Brainiac schools at that.
Yeah.
like these aren't hotbeds for talent. These are schools with high academic standards. They're getting the job done in this day and age. So yes, the pressure is on James Franklin. It's on Napier. It's definitely on Brian Kelly. I don't even want to say it, and I don't think it'll happen this year. But let next year look funky like this year. You know how it gets here in Austin.
No, it's not fun.
It won't be fun.
Hey, I'll tell you where there's no heat. And Stevie, you never lost to these guys, but the Aggies survive in Fayetteville. They made the coaching change, and interim, a former head coach as an interim, Arkansas looked pretty good.
Yeah.
The Aggies survived. Stevie, did you get a chance to see that?
I watched a little bit of it. They had a rain delay, and then our game came on. But yeah, I mean, it's always a hard place to go up and play in Fayetteville.
Yeah.
Right. And the kids are playing inspired football, but yeah, the Aggies almost became the Aggies again. So that was one of those trap games. It could have trapped the Aggies and they could have came, but they got a win. A win is a win, right? But golly, who's the interim head coach? Petrino?
Mike Petrino, yep.
Yeah. Do y'all see them keeping him as the head coach?
Man, they've played better since he's been in charge.
Yeah.
He's an offensive guy, and he's got history with Arkansas. And, history with Louisville. You know, Lamar Jackson won the Heisman when he was there, you know, playing on his offense. And they look good this past weekend. They could have beaten A&M. And that's a good job by Elko and company, keeping his team focused, man. The rain delay and storm, and they came out there with a W. That's a huge win. A couple of years ago, Aggie would have Aggie. They would have lost that game. but they won it on the road. Big time win. We're going to see another development this weekend, I believe, because Auburn plays Arkansas. And I think if Arkansas pulls that out, that could go a long way with Petrino possibly getting that job, but also Hugh Freeze possibly losing his.
Freeze, that was a weird hire for me. Very, very strange. You know, they hire him out of Liberty. Hugh Freeze was at Ole Miss before that, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he was at Ole Miss first, but remember he went to Liberty. He had a great year. They were like a defeated G5 team. His offense was blowing up, and that's kind of what got him to Auburn. You know, but it's just never translated. You know, the success he's had at Liberty to Auburn. I mean, obviously that's a step up in competition. I mean, just the SEC landscape itself. You know, the different coaching personalities and things like that might have been. Well, he was there at Ole Miss, and he had success with. Remember, they had that great recruiting class, like 4 or 5 5-star D linemen and all those guys,
and receivers.
Right, receiver. Yeah, they had everybody, man. And I guess he wasn't able to duplicate that here at Auburn, which is crazy because now guys can actually really get paid. So you would think it would be a little easier for him to do it because that's what they were doing with those other guys at Ole Miss. But it just hasn't translated.
So Aggies, I think this was a big shift in their culture and their development under Elko. Them winning that game on the road with the elements, with the rain delay or weather delay, and getting it done. I think that's huge for them. That's when you win this deep in October, it's significant. Hey, a lot of people don't know this, but Bama, and I have no idea why there's a quote mark by Bama. There was an Austin connection who came up with he had a brief Austin connection. This guy, I think the crowd noise at Bryant-Denny registered on the Richter scale like it did many years ago at Tiger Stadium at LSU.
And it's a play action pass, and it's intercepted! Zabian Brown with one man who can catch him. Zabian Brown all the way!
So Zabian Brown was here in Austin when he was younger for 3 years. He played in the Little Trojans Pop Warner program. And then he moved to California and then played for Mater Dei. We all know about him. I mean, about that. And then goes to Alabama. Guys, Alabama looks like Alabama 3 years ago, in my opinion. I don't know what you guys feel about that.
I didn't watch that game, but they are rolling right now. So I will trust your judgment a little bit on that. They are rolling, though.
Yeah.
I think they look good, man. I mean, just based on resume and what they've done, I think when the playoff rankings come out, it wouldn't surprise me if they were the number one team in the nation.
That's where I'm feeling. I really
no team has ever beaten 4 straight, ranked opponents without a bye week. They've done it. They've done it on the road. They've done it at home. I think the Florida State game was just kind of a snafu on the schedule. I mean, obviously Florida State got up for that one, and it might have caught Alabama slipping a little bit, but they haven't slipped since. And they've beaten some tough people. I mean, Vanderbilt's ranked number 10 now. I mean, they've beat some winning to Georgia, between the hedges, smack Georgia. I mean, they're getting it done, dude. Alabama's definitely top 4 for sure.
For sure. Well, one team that's no longer undefeated, Texas Tech, they go to Tempe. They lost to Arizona State, who was in the playoffs last year. And the Sun Devil fans stormed the field. And now we have a ban now of there's going to be significant fines if anyone brings and throws tortillas in Lubbock. So maybe I guarantee you this next home game, no one's going to listen to that. They're going to probably fill the stadium floor with What's that? You buying or selling the fact that this is going to stop Tech fans from throwing tortillas?
It shouldn't.
Yeah, they're not going to throw any more tortillas. I don't think so. No, I don't think so, man.
That would be a shame if they didn't.
I know.
I know. Curry Holcutt. Matter of fact, I watched his press conference. He got up there. Hey, we're banning tortillas. Coach McGuire, he sided with him as he should, and as they should, put it out there. Hey, we don't condone this. But it's no different than they don't condone fans coming onto the field tearing up the goalposts either.
No.
Nope. What do? They pay the fine when the conference, issues a fine. That's what they're going to do when the tortillas are tossed. They're going to pay the fine.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
Then we going to find out how much money they really got. They got big money, so pay it. Pay the fine. Let the fans have fun.
Pay the fine, bro. Pay the fine.
So tortillas, 15-yard penalty. It's all good.
Hey, I had one smack me right on the field down there, one right here. I swear that thing came a millimeter from scratching my cornea. Big thing was rolling around like a UFO. A flying saucer hit me.
Right.
I laughed, of course. Man, I don't know what to think of this because, man, we like this guy.
It'll be a long 11, 10 days, whatever that's going to be, but we deserve it. We played like dog crap, and we deserve the way we feel right now. We just could not get out of our own way, and it was self-inflicted. And congrats to him, though. He did a great job with his team. They responded very well after the South Florida game, and we did not handle the prosperity of playing very well last week.
So UTSA gets the ship righted, blowing out Rice, and then they play a good North Texas team who was blown out by South Florida, Texas OU week, and UTSA now is I don't know, man. Bowl eligibility seems to be their goal right now, and you have people calling out Traylor. People forget what he's done for that program. Now calling him out for not managing NIL properly and something with the offensive coordinator. Mike, Stevie, do you guys know anything about this subject?
Man, go ahead, Stevie. Go ahead.
No, you got it. Because I don't know anything about this subject. I don't know.
I just think, and it makes me think back to a couple of years ago when UTSA was hot. Yeah. You guys remember? UTSA they were the darlings of the G5s. Guys almost made the playoffs and played for a couple of conference championships. And Traylor's name was linked to a few jobs. I remember saying it distinctly. This might be the time for him to get out of there. It's not. He said it himself. It's not sustainable to keep the same success at UTSA. They don't have the resources, or they do have the resources, but they don't want to pour them in to the program. Their stadium and practice facilities is like way off campus. Yeah. It's just not, and that's why you see a Texas State. You see even a North Texas, who is in the outskirts of Dallas. Great coach, great offense. I'm looking at North Texas before I'm looking at UTSA. If I'm just thinking football as a player coming out of high school, I'm looking at Texas State, who has now joined the Pac-12. They're going to be part of a Power 5 conference now. They just haven't given Traylor what he needs to really take the school to another level. And guess what? They linked him and signed him to another deal. So he's I don't know, man. If I'm a coach in his position at a school like that, if we have a couple years of success, I'm probably going to roll the dice and go to my next move, because it's not sustainable at a place like UTSA. You're not going to be able to duplicate that same kind of success year in and year out, especially if the admin is not behind you, giving you the resources that you need. San Antonio is a lovely place. Yeah. You're going to have to spend money, dude, to get people down there. And, all these other facilities got these top-notch, training rooms and programs and things like that. Like, man, that's what college football is right now. And I'm just not sure UTSA is committed to that.
No, I feel the same way. Traylor deserves all the respect. What FBS coach has made time for be on this podcast 4 times? That's Jeff Traylor. And that's what I'm saying. He does the little things. Yeah. And he has built that program. I know Larry Coker started it. And I know Frank Wilson, I think, was his name. We took over after him. Traylor has taken that program to another level. They have great support, but they do play in the Alamo Dome, a good environment. There's a good following for them. But again, rebuilding occurs, and maybe they do get that started and turned around. Chris Nelson is a graduate assistant, the former Longhorn defensive tackle. They're just going through some rebuilding. All right, guys, we talked about all the people who won, lost. Let's do it. Power 4, Power 12, and 4 on the outside. This is post Week 8. All right, A&M goes down a little bit because you cannot deny what Alabama's done. You just can't. Georgia goes up to 5. Miami, this is debatable. Go from 3-4 all the way to 11, and Notre Dame sneaking in there, and Texas Tech dropping out all the way to 4 on the outside. I mean, is there any disagreement with that? And then Ole Miss remaining in the top 7.
Is Alabama undefeated?
No, but it doesn't matter. Think of all the people they've defeated since they got beat.
I mean, I understand.
Yeah. No. I just I get it. It's debatable. You're if you are against that, you have every right to say that or think that.
Is A&M undefeated? Yes.
Yes. Yep.
So I don't put A&M over Alabama.
Oh, you wouldn't either?
No, I wouldn't. But
Okay.
you did.
Yeah. No, I didn't.
Yeah, you
No,
did.
I put Bama 3, A&M 4.
Bama 3.
That's what I mean. Yes.
Yeah.
I would put A&M over Bama.
Oh, you would. I wouldn't. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. A&M has shown us that they are playing some good football right now.
They are good.
Yeah, they're good. I understand that Bama's good, but they have a loss on their schedule. But A&M doesn't. So I still
bad loss now, as it turns out. I mean, they lost to Florida State, who's gotten dumped here the last 4 weeks.
Yeah,
that's another thing. All those teams have just fallen off.
Yeah,
I mean, Penn State, Florida State.
Yeah,
what is that?
Yeah,
oh, that's momentum, man. Momentum is a real thing in college football. And
you said Penn State's falling off, Florida State's falling off.
Yep,
Texas has fallen off.
Yep,
a little bit.
And Texas is actually winning games, but
they're winning games.
They fell in the rankings due to a subpar, performance at Kentucky, and I think the rankings they're somewhat accurate. I think if A&M wins this week at LSU, I think they'll leapfrog. Well, Alabama plays who? Don't they play?
Do they have a bye finally?
Maybe so. Yeah, they have a bye. They don't play anybody, so I think they'll leapfrog. Possibly Alabama again with the big win at LSU in Death Valley. But Miami, I think them falling a little bit. It's accurate. Louisville took it to them, man. Shout out to the Cardinals.
Hey, Louisville's on that fringe now.
Yeah, they are, and their loss isn't looking too bad. I mean, Virginia's undefeated; they're ranked 15th or 16th, and James Madison took care of business, and they're making their strength of schedule. I mean, I think right now Louisville has a top 20 strength of schedule, something like that. So, man, if they win out, and they may not even make the ACC championship game, especially if Georgia Tech and Virginia wins out, they got a chance of being that large team without even going to the championship game.
Well, that's a great position to be in.
Alabama got South Carolina this weekend.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. That's a dangerous game, and South Carolina always plays them tough.
You can't.
I think Beamer might be feeling a little bit of heat.
That's another one.
Might be feeling some heat.
Yeah. You can't trust the Cox.
And honestly, if I'm a coach like him, I don't even want to put any ideas out there, to be honest. I'm thinking about our own guy here, and just knowing how Texas is, and knowing how hot things could get if things kind of. I might take matters into my own hands and maybe jump ship, head to another pro. Like if I'm Beamer, Virginia Tech might be looking a little bit attractive right now. Because I don't know South Carolina, man. He's kind of set the standard. Yeah. They won 9 games, and they're expecting the same thing this year. You got a number 1 pick and Lenore Sellers, and it just hadn't panned out. It kind of got dominated last week against OU.
Yeah,
so
OU. That response by OU impressed me.
Oh yeah, big time on the road. Like they just shut. I don't think I've seen South Carolina get dominated like that in a long time. I don't even know. They didn't even really look too competitive. OU really didn't pass the ball that much.
Mm-hmm.
They just kind of out physical them. Yeah.
So this may be the week at Texas the light comes on that line. It's got to. It has to. If not, win.
This is, and man, Mississippi State, they should have won the game. This is the week that the light is going to have to go off, especially offensively. Mississippi State, man, they're going to score points. I'm just going to anticipate that they're going to score points. They're going to be on the field a lot. They're going to run a lot of plays, and our defense cannot afford to be on the field as much as they were against Kentucky, against a good offensive team, good offensive coach. They're running that air raid.
Levy. Oh, my God.
Probably a little bit more of a seasoned quarterback, probably more playmakers on the field than Kentucky has. They almost beat Tennessee. Yeah. They probably should have beat Tennessee. So, man, this is not going to be an easy game for us. And those cowbells, dude, I can still hear them in my ear. Because we went there a couple of years ago when the boys were being recruited. And, matter of fact, that's one of the last times that we saw, the Pirate. Rest in peace. And Jay Wash was down there. He was down there on the staff at that time. And man, it's electric down there. And they were playing A&M, and they beat them. It's an electric atmosphere. 3:00 game. We better be ready to go, dude. Yep. We better be ready to go.
It's got to be a turning point, or it could turn the opposite way if the other result occurs. I forgot to add the other program who's taking a nosedive: Penn State, Florida State, Clemson.
Oh yeah, Clemson, and big ups to SMU.
Oh, that was big.
I was kind of thinking Clemson might get them this weekend because I wasn't sure if SMU could just go on the road and win. Clemson's a tough place to go on the road and win. I like Jennings too, man. Jennings, SMU, man, they're going to be dangerous. They're going to have a lot to say about the whole playoff situation and the ACC.
Yeah.
Again, it's all said and done. They're undefeated in conference right now.
Jennings, a product of Dallas ISD.
Yeah, South Oak Cliff.
Yeah, SOC. That's championship pedigree. We got to get that head coach on with us one episode.
Yeah, playoff team last year too. So man, SMU they've garnered some respect around the country. I mean, they're big game against Miami coming up in like 2 weeks.
Oh, that's going to be a showdown. Oh my God.
Yep.
MA, I'm not going to let us forget that Sean Clynch picked Clemson to win it all this year.
I did.
He sure did.
I did. I sure did.
I don't think we can let y'all off the hook on that one.
I freaking something really has happened internally.
Hey, Clynch was just riding the bandwagon of all the other prognosticators around the country who picked Clemson. Now I think going forward, he's going to start riding with his own thought instead of jumping on the bandwagon of New York Times and the Atlantic.
Oh man!
All those.
I was on that bandwagon.
In the same breath, I picked Texas to win it all too. So
yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did.
hey, Stevie, he's all good with a ride with somebody else until it's time to pick it, and then those rose-colored glasses, burnt orange-colored glasses hit on.
I think we all guilty to burnt orange glasses.
Hey, but I did pick I did pick. I was thinking Texas Tech would rise up and do something, but they hadn't finished the year yet. They got something good going, but I did think also A&M would at least win 9 games.
Yeah, I feel like A&M will be good. Tech, I'm not surprised they lost this weekend. And Baron Morton's good, man. He means a lot to that program. And I kind of felt it. I mean, Hammond's a good quarterback, but not quite. He struggled against Kansas. He struggled against Arkansas last year when he started that game in the bowl game. Just a young quarterback, man. And, there must have been some indifference as to what they needed him to do and what they wanted him to do. They didn't really take a lot of shots down the field. Not really sure why. So hopefully they can get on track this weekend. I don't think they'll have any problem against Oklahoma State, but they're going to need Barron back going to Little Apple, Manhattan when they play those guys, because that's always a tough place to play.
That is a tough play. That's, to me, if not the best, one of the top 3 best student sections in all of college football. Easily.
Yeah, and they're going to be hyped. They're going to be ready.
It's going to be fun. M.A., much love to you and your family, man. Fun as always.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys, man. Love hopping on the show. And shout out to Hargrove Roofing.
No question.
No, who's on your roof, baby?
And Northwest Liquors.
We got to get M.A. some bourbon.
About to get y'all some of that next time we go back to Kentucky. Yeah, they got some good ones down there, man.
Oh, Stevie, did you hear that?
I did.
Oh, my God. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to let Mason Shipley, speaking of Hargrove, let us know how he would set up the perfect marketing strategy with a kicker's mentality. M.A., we'll see you soon, my brother.
Yes, sir. Hey, fellas. Y'all have a good one.
Y'all have a good night.
Yes, sir.
Best way? How do you deliver it? What's your best delivery? So what I like to do is I like to get on the roof. And then I like to kick a football off of the roof. And Hargrove Roofing, know who's on your roof.
Austin, Texas is changing every day, but one constant is Dirty Martin's Place on Guad. Dirty's recently celebrated 98 years young, and the future is solid. And this space in the back is open to host any event, personal or business related.
Hey everyone, it's Daniel here at Dirty Martin's. We're in the Burnt Orange Room. We are currently booking a lot of parties back here. If you can see, we got a capacity for about 90 people, but we are excited to host any party that you might want to bring.
Give Daniel Young a call at Dirty's to reserve this space for any event that you can think of.
Touchdown run. Yeah. Dak to CeeDee Lamb for a touchdown. Yeah. Dak to Fergie for a touchdown. Yeah. Dak to Fergie again for a touchdown. Yeah. Shamar James forced fumble. Yeah. Jadavian Clowney recovered fumble. Yeah. Mama, there goes that man again. Deron Bland with a pick.
That's our coach, Stevie. Shotty. The Cowboys sitting at 500, already have 3 wins.
Yeah. Yeah, they're quietly doing it too, man. Quietly.
Defense, but they did enough.
Yeah.
That's our coach.
Yep.
Wait a minute. I'm not emotionally invested, remember?
Yep. That's what you said until they start winning.
Exactly. Hey, real quick, got to let you guys know the ATX High School Football Team of the Week, Lake Travis Cavaliers, remain undefeated, 7-0, 3-0 in District 26-6A. They beat former undefeated Dripping Springs in their District 26-6A matchup. There were 3 teams from the same district in the state's top 10. Lake Travis won a defensive battle, 14-7. Hank Carter and the Cavs, they're no stranger to the success. They and Westlake are sharing the top spot of District 26-6A. No surprise. Dripping Springs, Lake Travis, Westlake will all go deep in the postseason again. That's all I got to say. I got a funny TikTok in the Man Cave. We're going to save it for next week. Has to do with MMA, but pulling body parts below the belt. But we're going to end it on positivity.
Hey, Ben, tell me something good. Hey, Ben, tell me something good.
Tell me something. Yeah, I had to do it twice. It was, I don't know what the deal. Technical difficulties. StreamYard, what's up with that? Where's the thumbs up? Come on, where's the thumbs up that usually pops up? It's not working today. Tell me something good, Mr. Positivity.
Oh, man. Something good, man. I had something, but want to pivot. Something good. It's Austin, Texas. We get our town back. The last 3 weekends was crazy busy in Austin. It was ACL for 2 weekends in a row, and then F1 was this past weekend. I don't know, do we have anything going on this weekend? We get our weekend back. We get our town back this weekend.
We get our couches back. We're going to be on our couch on Saturday.
Yeah. But what was really cool, today was the weather. It's starting to change. It's starting to feel like fall a little bit. Get out, beautiful day today. Get out there and have a walk. Get some vitamin D in you, and it's a good time to be outside. It's a great outdoorsy city. So that's something good. The weather's changing, and we are going into a cool Halloween weekend next week. Not this weekend, but next weekend. And so Austin is just a cool place to be, and now that the weather's changing, it's even better.
Hey, I saw some fall foliage. Had a little Sunday drive.
Mm-hmm.
Went down Redbud Road Island. I don't know what wrong with my brain. Anyway, where it separates Austin from Westlake across Lake Austin.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I forgetting? I'm a native. Anyway, saw some fall foliage. Beautiful. Some beautiful parts back on that side and on both sides, actually. But I'll tell you something good. We have a big election locally, and we have the right to choose and create change. Prop Q, just my own opinion. But get out there and vote. I would love to see the highest turnout for local elections. The precinct where I went, they said they saw an estimated 500 people today vote on day one of early voting, which lasts until Halloween or through Halloween. But just read up on it. Go to the League of Women Voters website, and it will give you a brief synopsis of kind of bullet point view, Cliff Notes version, if you will. But if I'm were to influence anybody, vote no to Prop Q. But to tell you something good about that, man, we get to decide what goes on. Be involved. Use your vote to decide what happens locally, statewide, too, and nationally. Hey, for the beautiful city of Shreveport, Louisiana, that's Stevie Lee's hometown. And it's also the home of Hargrove Roofing, beautiful people, fine Americans, into the town of my college alma mater, Nacogdoches, Texas, the paradise in the pines, the red brick streets behind the pine curtain, in my beautiful hometown, Austin, Texas. And to all of you beautiful, fine Americans who tune into us every time, we love you. Share and like all of our social media content. And for everybody, thank you. And we'd love to hear from you on social media. And for the OG Man Cave boys, that being Hardball Harge, Big Mike, and the Coach Mo, what do we tell them, Stevie Lee?
We out.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up.
Said get out.